Hello, this is Spartan Commander, and this is the 730th Rome Total War Brotherhood game that I've put onto YouTube. Now, this battle is a very, very rare battle, as it's a 3v3 battle that was only fought last night, Friday the 17th of the 2nd, 2023. Okay, so it's very, very rare for me to put such a fresh battle on, but this 3v3 is such a great battle that I just thought it would be a great one for you to watch. And this is an extremely tactical and strategic battle, with one of our teams having a really good battle plan, as you will see. Now, will the battle plan win or lose? We'll just have to wait and see. Okay, we're going to play on the Germanic Forest map. As you know, my favourite map with a big open space is there if you want to fight out in the open, or as we've said before, you can hide your troops in the woods and spring those nasty ambushes, or if you bring a barbarian faction, you get the winter bonus and the woods bonus as well. So that's why I like this map so much. There's so much going for it, and I know that a lot of you viewers will know I like this map. Okay, our first teammate is Brotherhood member Steve Longshanks. Now, Steve has got the bog standard 31k Roman army of 14 infantry and 6 cavalry. Okay, so he's got 14 infantry and 6 cavalry, say the bog standard 31k Roman army. Quick look at the upgrades on his cavalry, and he's got 7 upgrades: an experienced stripe, gold shield, gold attack. So say that's Steve's army. Looks pretty good to me. Our next teammate is someone who's called himself OTD Chimrazig, but is in fact Scorpion King SR. Now, Scorpion's got 7 infantry, 6 archers and 6 cavalry. Okay, so just 7 infantry. If you look at the upgrades, you'll see he's got an experienced stripe, gold shield, gold attack on his infantry, plus he's got an eagle unit there as well for extra morale, and of course he's got his infantry general as well. So he's got a lot of morale going on there, but only 7 infantry. I don't know what you guys think. Is that enough for the modern day battlefield? I guess we'll just have to wait and see. But he usually brings serious cavalry. There you are. He's got 8 upgrades on his cavalry, 2 experienced stripes, gold shield, gold attack. So it'll be interesting to see how well he does with that army, but only 7 infantry. Is that enough for the modern day battlefield? I guess we'll just have to wait and see. And our last teammate is myself, Spartan Commander. Has got his very old Roman army of 13 infantry and 6 cavalry. So there's our team. It's got the potential to be a cracking battle, and I hope you like it. And here is the other team. We have brother member Aurelius. Now, Aurelius has got 10 Spartans, 6 archers and 4 cavalry, and this of course is his faction of choice. He always likes playing with Greek cities, and he's got very, very good with them there. His cavalry, his light cavalry, will be hiding in the woods somewhere. We can't see them at the moment because I say they're hiding, so I say he's got 4 light cavalry. He's got a lot of firepower there with 6 Cretan archers as well, so it'll be interesting to see how he handles that army during the course of the battle. Their next teammate is Brotherhood member Barclayman. Now, Barclayman's got 9 pikes, 6 archers and 3 cavalry. Okay, let's have a quick look at the upgrades on his pikes. He's only got 9 pikes, so oh my gosh, 8 upgrades, 2 experienced stripes, gold shield, gold attack on his pikes, and our guys have got to fight all the way down those long pikes to kill the man on the other end. That's a really tall order for Roman troops, so that's going to be a real problem for us, I think, later on in the battle. Quick look at the upgrades on his cavalry, and he's got 7 upgrades, an experienced stripe, gold shield, gold attack on his cavalry there. So there is Barclayman's army there. I think Macedon is fast becoming his faction of choice. He's got very good with Macedon. And their last teammate is Brotherhood member Crypto. Now, Crypto's got the bog standard Roman army, 31k Roman army of 14 infantry and 6 cavalry. Okay, so we've got 14 infantry and 6 cavalry. That is the bog standard 31k Roman army. So there's the other team. Should be a great one for you to watch. Okay, at this very, very early stage of the battle here, you'll see that Scorpion King SR, being his usual aggressive self, is taking his archers forward. Do you notice he's got his cheap medium range archer unit there, Roman archers there, trying to attract the expensive arrows of those expensive Cretan archers there onto that cheap unit, where he takes his more elite archers over to the right there to target the enemy troops. That's a nice tactical move there, and he's got his cavalry there to cover his archers if he needs be. But what I wanted to show you here was a move by sneaky Aurelius here. If you notice, remember we talked about he's got 4 light cavalry units hiding in the woods. Well, I think that he's just brought them out of hiding, and my guess is here he's going to take them across here, maybe hide them in the woods again, or maybe even try to get behind us and hope that we don't notice that he's got his cavalry in behind us. So we just have to watch that cavalry, because that cavalry could prove pivotal to the outcome of this battle. That's what I'll say to you there. As I say here, you'll see Scorpion King has got his archers in close tight formation, because remember, in close tight formation, archers have got more impact and do more damage onto the enemy troops. And it looks to me like he's targeting the Macedonian pike units there rather than the Cretan archers at this time, just trying to inflict casualties on the Macedonian units there. But as I say, is a cheap short range or medium range archer unit there, trying to attract the expensive arrows from those expensive Cretan archers, and that's exactly what he's doing there. This is an old tactic there, to put a cheap unit out to attract expensive missiles from the enemy troops there. So as I say, old fashioned, old school tactic, but you can see it still works. Okay, so there's a general disposition of the battle as it stands at the moment. There you can see Aurelius has got a lot of archers there he can bring into the game as he feels fit, and you'll see the enemy Macedonian general bringing his pikes over a little bit towards his SBQ or ally Crypto there. Okay, so say there's a general disposition. I say it's very, very rare for me to put a 3v3 battle on, but this was such a good strategic, tactical, close battle with a real battle plan that seemed to work. But which team is going to use this battle plan, I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Okay, but as I say here, you can see Aurelius moving his Spartans over towards his teammates there. But as I say, Scorpion King, as I say, being his usual aggressive self. If you notice now, he's got his archers in open order now, because he's facing enemy archers. Remember, if you kept your archers in close tight formation against enemy archers, you would lose a heck of a lot of your archers there. So if you're ever fighting enemy archers, you need to go into open order there. Okay, so just give you a heads up on our team's battle plan here. Okay. Now, Steve and Scorpion King's infantry here, well, all of us want to avoid Macedon and Greek cities. We don't want to fight the long pikes of Macedon or the Spartans there. So what we're going to do, the target we're going to hit is Crypto. Okay, just to let you know that he is our target for our battle plan here. Okay, but both Steve and Scorpion King's infantry are going to make out that they're going from Macedon. Okay, they're going to charge at Macedon there to make out they're going to throw loads of pylons into Macedon and make the enemy team think that Macedon is their target. Okay, that's the battle plan there, a deceptive battle plan there. So say to Scorpion King's infantry, and Steve's going to move towards Macedon there. I will of course move towards Crypto's army there as I'm facing him. But as I say, the deception plan here is to make the enemy believe that Scorpion King's infantry and Steve's infantry are going from Macedon, and just at the last moment they're going to change a trajectory and attack Crypto's army there. Right, okay, so here you can see the archers and cavalry of Scorpion King. Now he may well be a nuisance with those archers and cavalry, keeping the enemy distracted on that other flank. Okay, so he could go over there with his archers and cavalry and say, being a distraction there, making the enemy team look over there rather than concentrate at what we're doing here. But as I say, you'll see that both Scorpion King's infantry and Steve's infantry, for all intents and purposes, are going from Macedon. Okay, you'll see them moving towards Macedon there. You'll see Crypto's moving his SBQ army over a little bit there. But as I say, you can see Steve and Scorpion King here, as for all intents and purposes, going from Macedon. Okay, so as I say, this is the deception tactic at the beginning of the battle plan. Alright, of course I will face Crypto, because that's what they would expect, because I'm actually facing him on the battlefield there. But I say, look at the way that Scorpion King has positioned his infantry. Definitely looks like he's going from Macedon. Look how Steve's moving his infantry over there, looking like we're going from Macedon. Okay, so as I say, deception tactics involved in this battle, but as I say, you can see me moving towards Crypto as they would expect that, as I am facing him on the battlefield. Okay, so already we've employed deceptive tactics there. Over here you'll see my cavalry. Now I don't want to charge through the woods there. Remember, if you charge through trees, those trees actually take away a lot of your charge bonus. Okay, so what I want is a clear sweep into Crypto's infantry. So if I bring my cavalry there, look, I've got a clear run straight in to Crypto's infantry there. Can you see that? You say you don't want to charge through trees because that does take away some of your charge bonus. Okay, so but as I say here, we've got a deception tactic here, a distraction tactic, sorry, on the right flank, with Scorpion King bringing his archers and cavalry over here. So this is the distraction tactic here on our right flank. Okay, to make the enemy watch what's going on over there rather than concentrate on anything else that's happening there. As I say, you can see here now, if Scorpion King could get some of his cavalry through this flank and get them in behind the enemy troops, imagine that. So if he could get his cavalry through this flank here, get into the trees behind the enemy troops, and then when we hit Crypto, so if he gets his cavalry, if he can get his cavalry round here, okay, into the woods here, or in this area, say round about here, as we hit Crypto's infantry at the front, he could smash into the rear of Crypto's infantry at the rear. So we'd hit him in the front, okay, he'd be hit in the flank by the infantry of Steve and Scorpion King. My cavalry would be locked and loaded over there. I'd move over there and charge in there. So Crypto would be hit from all directions and then smashed into the back by Scorpion King's cavalry. So imagine that, those massive impacts on Crypto's infantry there. Okay, so as I say, there's deception going on, there's distraction going on here, just to fool the enemy team as much as we can. But as I say, Scorpion King here moving forward with his Praetorian cavalry. He knows in most cases his Praetorian cavalry will beat the Macedonian companion cavalry there, and that's why he's charged into them. So that was a nice move there by Scorpion King there. Take out those cavalry units of Macedon and then get his cavalry in behind the enemy troops. Right, let's pause the game for a minute. So as I say, Steve here and Scorpion King making out they're going straight for the Macedonian pikes. Look at how they position their army there. So this is the deception part of the plan. Okay, so it's all part of the battle plan here, and it very much looks like, as I say, they are going to go for Macedon there, and hopefully the enemy team will be thinking that as well. Okay, so let's just pause the game for a second here. So, as I say, Scorpion King here, I think he's taken out 2 of the Macedonian cavalry, companion cavalry, plus I think he took out an archer unit as well. Now, as I say, if he could get his cavalry in behind Crypto's infantry, as I say, like we saw earlier, we could be hitting Crypto's infantry from all different directions and have a good chance of taking his infantry out there. So, as I say, don't forget, Crypto with his SBQR army is our target. Right, as I say, very tactical, very strategic, very deceptive, and lots of distraction tactics in this battle plan of ours. As I say, just taking our time a little bit. Right now, Steve's moving forward. Look, definitely there, for all intents and purposes. Can you see he's definitely going for Macedon there? Can you see that? Definitely doing that. Scorpion King moving his infantry forward as well. Both looking like they're going to throw loads of pilers into Macedon, and that's the tactic. Well, my arm is here. Now, what Steve's going to do is going to wait for me to actually engage Crypto's army, actually attack and get in there, and then he's going to switch a trajectory and hit Crypto's army from this particular direction, as well as Scorpion King will as well. Okay, so you can see the battle plan coming together a bit now. Look at Steve, look how close he's got to Macedon there with his army. Right, pause the game for a second there. So, as I say, Steve's moving forward there towards the Macedonians. You've got Scorpion King's army moving a little bit more over to the left. Okay, like I said, I've moved my cavalry away from where I'd have to charge to the woods over to a clear sweep straight through to Crypto's infantry there with my cavalry. Okay, so that's what's happening at the moment. You can see my Scipio army is now engaging the SBQR army, but I haven't actually charged in there yet. But notice here Steve now slightly moving over to the left, but still looking like he's going for the Macedonians. And as I say, you've got Scorpion King's infantry as well. Okay, so as I say, he looks like he's going for Macedon, but you can see he's just moving over to the left now, ready to hit Crypto. Now, whether Crypto knows what's coming or not, if he spotted this or not, I don't know, because there's been so much deception, so much distraction. We're hoping that the enemy team might be a bit confused. As I say, I've got my cavalry locked and loaded in wedge formation for more impact and more penetration and more damage there, for a clean sweep straight into Crypto's infantry there in between the woods there. Okay, so as you can see, the battle plan is coming together here. Lots of pilot exchanging going on at the moment. Right, now all of a sudden, here comes Steve's cavalry. He's also in wedge formation for more penetration, more impact and more damage. You can see I'm charging my Scipio infantry forward at the same time, and there goes Steve's cavalry. Get ready for this, and bang, as he smashes into Krypto's army there. That is a massive cavalry hit there. If you notice, Krypto has not responded with his cavalry yet. He hasn't decided to counterattack with his cavalry yet. But as I say, you can see Steve. Look at the penetration that Steve's cavalry's got in there. And as I say, he's moved his infantry over there, and you've got Scorpion King's infantry there. I am now going to charge forward my infantry. As I say, Scorpion King now is getting his cavalry in behind the enemy team there. If he just takes them over a little bit, waits for Krypto to engage his cavalry, right? If he engages it, and then Scorpion King comes in behind him. Can you see the plan there? So Scorpion King gets in behind him with his cavalry. There, Krypto counterattacks our attacking infantry and cavalry with his cavalry, and then Scorpion King comes in from behind. Okay, so that's what we're looking to do to poor old Krypto's army there. Right, you can see my Scipio infantry really pushing in to the enemy SBQR infantry now. You'll see that Krypto's put his cavalry in wedge formation. He's ready to counterattack with his cavalry. You can see him moving over now. Now you'll see Scorpion King is also throwing his Julii infantry into the battle as well here. So you can see that, and Steve's brought some more units over. Right, let's pause the game for a second. So you got Krypto's cavalry ready to counterattack, to smash into my Scipio infantry there. Okay, we've got units of Stevler. He's sending over units to attack Krypto's army there. And of course you've got Scorpion King's infantry as well, all being thrown in. Don't forget, our mission here is to try and take out Krypto's army. Over here you'll see Steve's doing a fantastic blocking job with a lot of his infantry there, like, holding the Greek cities up and pinning and holding the Macedonians as well, not allowing their allies to come over to help Krypto here. Look. So that's a really nice blocking move there by Steve, and he's also sending infantry over to help take out Krypto's army there. Okay, so you'll see my Scipio infantry really pushing in. Right, there you are. Now you can see Krypto counterattacking. Look where his attack is over there. Like, you can see his cavalry charging there, and bang, as he charges in there. You can see Steve's cavalry going there as well. Right, now, here you can see Scorpion King has tactically and strategically waited for Krypto to commit his cavalry. Okay, and now, Scorpion King now can smash into the back of Krypto's SBQR infantry if he wants to. You can see my cavalry now. As I say, I'm going to charge in. I'm going for a far SBQR unit there, so I'm hoping my cavalry will really penetrate through Krypto's infantry there, helping to rout it if I can. Right, there's my cavalry. Get ready for this. Bang! As it smashes in to Krypto's SBQR infantry there. Look at how my cavalry is now penetrating through into that SBQR infantry there. And there you are, you can see Scorpion King's Julii cavalry's got in behind the SBQR army of Krypto there, and you can see a lot of Krypto's infantry starting to rout now under the massive pressure of our attack. Just pause the game for a second here. Okay, so over here we've got Krypto's cavalry in a sandwich. We've got Scorpion King's cavalry and Steve's cavalry hitting him from the front and the rear. So Krypto's SBQR cavalry is a sandwich there. And as I say, the rest of us are smashing into Krypto's infantry. Remember, that was the goal of our tactics and strategy battle plan here, was to take out, if we can, the SBQR army of Krypto. As I say, Steve's doing a fantastic job of blocking those Greek city units and holding and pinning Macedon as well, stopping them from getting over to help their ally there. So as I say, it's all part of the battle plan. As you saw, there was deception, distraction, and then a massive hit on poor old Krypto's army there. Actually, as we were hitting him, I did feel a bit sorry for him, to be honest, because you know, we're all Brotherhood members together, and smashing someone as bad as that is well, it's tactical and strategic, but it's still not really nice to do it to your clan mate there. Okay, so let's just pause the game for a second there. So you can see there that Krypto's general's been routed, and I think all of Krypto's army, as I say, including his general, we have now routed. So the battle plan there that we set out right at the beginning of the battle here has now worked, and all of Krypto's army has now been routed. Okay, so that was good news for us. there. So I say it's nice to see a battle plan come together. And as I say, you can see the Macedonian cavalry in behind us here. There, I think they've rallied there, because if you remember, Scorpion King routed some of those units earlier, but they look like they've routed now. Now these Greek city units are really pushing in on Steve's units now. So what we've got to do now is to try and roll the enemy up from left to right. But you can see the Macedonian general, Barclayman, there bringing over his pikes. His experience will come to bear, I think, here. And also, as I say, the Greek cities general really pushing in with his Spartans as well. But as I say, the battle plan from our point of view has worked, and we've taken out all of Crypto's SBQR army. Okay, so let's pause the game for a second. Now the enemy have got a lot of archers here, and make no mistake, these elite Cretan archers have been shooting into us all the way through the battle, so they would be a good target for cavalry. Now if you notice here, I've got my Scipii cavalry there coming over to the woods, and what I'm looking to do is to smash into those Cretan archers there and take them out if I can, because as I say, they've been shooting into us all this battle and have probably caused us a heck of a lot of casualties there, so they would be a good target for my cavalry. You can see Scorpion King's Julii cavalry there chasing down some of the enemy cavalry as well. There. Let's just pause the game for a second here. So here you can see Aurelius's light cavalry there, and you can see Scorpion King's Julii cavalry coming over to try and chase down those units there. So well done, Scorpion King. But over here you can see my Scipii cavalry going to charge in to the Cretan archers there. As they'd be a good target there. Bang! As they smash into those Cretan archers there. That was a nice impact there. As I say, they've been shooting into us and causing us casualties for absolutely ages there, so they were a good target there to try and take them out. Oh, that's good news for us. It looks like we've just routed the Macedonian general. Now remember, Macedon morale's not very good, so to rout to the Macedonian general is a really good tactical move there, which is what we've done. With my Scipii infantry there, just took out the or routed the Macedonian general. But you can see we've got a lot of pikes to face here, and those Greek city, those Spartans are really starting to move in on us now. And as I say, Steve's bringing over some of his units there, and Scorpion King as well. But as I say, the plan to take out Crypto worked well, but we're up against some really elite units here as well. You can see, I think we've got the cavalry advantage at this stage. You can see there that the Macedonian cavalry charging into my cavalry there. So I've charged into theirs, and you can see we've got our Julii allies cavalry involved in taking out those Macedonian cavalry. There was another Macedonian companion cavalry unit. Bang! Charges into my cavalry. But as I say there, we've taking out a lot of their archers. Right now here you'll notice that I'm attacking pikes head on, which is very rare for me. I have to say, with Roman troops I never like attacking them, but there's a plan here. I want to hold and pin them while I charge my cavalry into the rear of those pikes and hope that those pikes don't turn around quick enough to counter my cavalry. Okay, that's why I'm attacking those pikes head on. Over here you'll see the Spartans here, look, facing Scorpion King's infantry there, some of the Spartans there, and you've got Steve's Julii infantry moving in on the Spartans as well. Okay, so we're doing quite well, and I've got my Scipii troops, as I say, trying to engage these Macedonians to hold and pin them while I can smash some cavalry in behind them is what I'm looking to do here, and hope that the pikes don't turn quick enough to counter my cavalry. Right, if you notice here, I've taken a couple of my infantry units round behind the Macedonians there to charge in behind them. Okay, right, here comes my cavalry, and I just hope the pikes don't turn quick enough to catch my cavalry, and bang, as they turn in there. But unfortunately the pikes did actually turn there, and I think, pause the game for a second there, I think they're going to cause my cavalry a heck of a lot of casualties there now as I charge in. But I'm charging my infantry in as well, so my infantry now is charging into the rear of those pikes, so the cavalry, although I'm going to lose I think quite a few of my cavalry there, it's done the trick because we've managed to kind of smash into the rear of those pikes with my infantry there. But I did lose a lot of cavalry, I think, in that attack, because those pikes turned just too quick for my cavalry to take full advantage of hitting them in the rear there. Okay, let's pause the game for a second here. So if you look at all my Scipii cavalry there that I just lost on those pikes, So that was quite an expensive cavalry hit there, but we did manage to rout one of the Macedonian pike units there. But yeah, it's cost me quite a few cavalry there. That was a good reactions there by Barclayman to turn his pikes just in time before my cavalry hit there. So well done to him. Let's say pushing in on those Macedonian units now. We've routed a couple of them, but we still got the Spartans moving in on us there. And let's say over here that you can see that my Julii ally have got a group of Spartan units surrounded there almost. You see Scorpion King there. They're pushing in into that group of Spartans there, so they're doing quite good. As I say, we've got some morale giving units there, generals and eagle units. But see all this cavalry out here and these archers. There's a lot of that light cavalry. Now I'm thinking if they smash into the back of our Julii ally, engaged Julii allies troops there, they could well mass rout them. And that would be a real problem for us there. Whenever you're fighting Spartans, you know you're going to be in for a real battle. Even at this stage, even though we made it into a 2v3 by taking out Crypto's army, this is going to turn into a real grinding battle, I think. There you can see there Spartans moving in. Right, you can see I'm going to charge my cavalry in again into the flank of those Macedonian pike units there, and bang as they smash in there, trying to rout those units there on impact. And I'm moving my infantry in there as well, trying to rout those Macedonians. But remember, those Macedonian pike units got 8 upgrades on, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. So I'm now moving my cavalry back out there, done the damage I want. I'm going to charge them into those Spartans now. Look, and bang as I charge my cavalry into those Spartans there, trying to help my ally take them out. Right, now here's the problem. Here comes that Greek city's light cavalry. Look, and bang as they charge into, oh my gosh, it just caused a mass rout of our Julii allies there, including the general. Oh my gosh, so Scorpion King's general and most of his units there have now been taken out. That was a really good cavalry charge there by Aurelius, and look at the damage that he's done now. He could well have turned the battle there by that cavalry charge. He could well have turned the battle there, and as I say, this cavalry, as I said earlier, that cavalry could prove decisive in this battle. Okay, here you can see we're pressing against those Greek city units there, and I want to get some units in behind those Spartans as well. As you can see, I'm moving a couple of units in behind the Spartan units there to hit them in the rear. And we've got our Julii ally attacking there. You can see Steve bringing a unit over to attack the rear there as well. But just look at all those Spartans there and that Greek city's cavalry that just maybe have turned the battle there. Okay, you can see I'm charging into the rear of those Spartan units there, but we know Spartans with their 2 hit points, excellent specifications. It seems they can hold, for so long with great odds against them there. But as I say there, you can see a big group of Spartans over there, and you can see there's Macedonian archers, and you can see the Greek city's cavalry over there as well, ready to charge in there. Okay, so as I say, you got all these Spartan units here chasing that one Julii unit there. Looks to me like they're chasing them there. You've got his archers there. There's an eagle unit of Scorpion Kings there as well. They may well decide to attack that unit. Or, I was just thinking, if Aurelius brought those units over now and charged into the rear of our Julii ally, could that be a battle-winning move? But at the moment here, he's chasing these this Julii unit here of Scorpion Kings, I believe, as he's charging in there. But over here you can see we're trying to surround those couple of Spartans. They were this Spartan general now has been brought into the battle as well. So as I say, all of you that have played this game, you know how tough these Spartans are. And as I say, that cavalry charge earlier by Aurelius maybe has turned the battle on its head now, and this is going to go right down to the wire. Let's say here you can see we're charging into those Spartan units there. Let's just pause the game for a second. So over here you will see that these Spartan units of Aurelius are chasing this eagle unit of Scorpion King. Now if they're chasing him, what Scorp's going to do is just take that unit and run it as far away from the main battle as he can, so that those Spartan units then won't be involved in the main part of the battle over there, because they'll be chasing away his eagle unit there. So as I say, he's going to take those Spartan units away from the battle there, which is a good tactical move. Once again, a good tactical move there by our team. One of our teammates there. As I say, here you can see we're really pressing in on those Spartan units there. We've got our Julii allies and of course my Scipii army there. There's that cavalry going in there. Look, and bang! There's one of those cavalry. Uh-oh, here comes all that light cavalry of the Greek cities. Again, look, and bang, as they charge in there. But has Aurelius lifted the spears of his general unit? No, he hasn't. You can see the spears are still down. Remember, friendly spears, friendly pikes that are down when friendly cavalry go through them will kill friendly cavalry. So I'm guessing here that some of Aurelius's light cavalry could well be killed on their own Spartan spears there. As I say, you should always lift your spears before you send friendly cavalry through them, or you will kill friendly cavalry there. So, as I say, you can see that Greek city's cavalry really charged in there, caused some casualties there. And as I say, the Spartan general is what we want to take out here, because then we'll take the morale bonus away from him there. You can see we've routed one of those Spartan units there. And as I say, if we could just take that Greek city's general out. But over here, look, you can see Aurelius is still using all those Spartan units to chase that one unit away. And Scorpion King couldn't believe his luck. He's drawing those Spartans away from the main battle there. Look. Whereas if they came back into the battle, they could probably smash into the flank and rear of our engaged troops and maybe win the battle with that charge. But as he's been drawn away there by Scorpion King, that's good news for us. We don't mind that. But as I say now, we want to take out this Spartan general. This is a nice move by Steve here, getting units in behind the Spartan general, where he's going to attack there and hopefully take that Spartan general out. That's what we want to do, take the morale bonus away. There's a Cretan archer been attacked. Look, coming behind us there. Did you see that Greek city's general unit just glow? That unit has just got a battlefield promotion. Remember, in RTW, when a unit does well in battle, it gets a battlefield promotion there, and that unit just glowed, so that's got a stripe on it now. If it didn't have a stripe on before, it's got a stripe on it now, as that is the battlefield promotion. Right, you can see that cavalry, that light cavalry charging again. Look, bang! As that charges in. Right, okay, so we've routed the Greek city's general, which is what we wanted to do. So we've taken the morale bonus away from the Spartans there. So that's good news for us. There's the general there that you can see, the Greek city's general there. We haven't killed him, but we've routed the unit. So that's good news there. Whether we'll kill him now, I don't know. He's there and he may well take a hit. There you are, you can see he just took a hit then. But now he's routing and he's running away. So that's good news for us. So as I say, we've done well there. We've taken out those Spartan units we were fighting. Okay, let's pause the game for a second there. So we've done well, but just if you just look at how battle depleted my units are at this stage, and we've got all those Spartans to fight. I mean, you can see we've hardly got any troops left. There's my general unit with 23 men in. There's a unit with 10 men in there. Look. Okay, there's another unit with just 8 men in there. Let's see, 8 men in that one, 10 men in that. So that's how battle depleted my troops are. Look. You can just see the small amount of numbers in each of the 2 men. Just 2 men left in that unit. And as I say, very battle depleted there. You can see there was 8 men in that unit, 10 men in that unit. Got a few more in the Eagle units there, but that's the entirety of my army. So you can see how battle depleted it is, and we've got to go up against Spartan units there. And if you notice Scorpion King there, he's hardly got any men left. He's got 9 men in that unit. And who's over here? This is Steve's. Look, well, he got 29 men in that unit and 33 in that. So he hasn't done too badly there. But that is basically the entirety of all our armies there. Most of Scorpion King's units have been taken out, and we got to go up against these Spartans. Okay, so what we're going to do now is something that a lot of players don't do, I notice, but it's something that's really essential. We are going to rest our troops now before we go in for the final battle. Just look, as I say, you can see how battle depleted my units are, but they're all very tired or exhausted. So remember, when you try and fight troops that are very exhausted and tired, their actual battle proficiency is dropped off the edge of the cliff, and their morale is very low as well. So it's always best, if you can, to rest your troops before you actually go into battle there. Let's say you can see there that our Julii ally is going to do the same. There, Steve, we're just going to rest our troops now before we actually go in for the final battle. But as I say, if you look at how battle depleted my units are, how good are they going to do against those Spartans? And also Steve's units. Look, he's only got 3 units left. I think Scorpion King might have a couple of cavalry, very, very battle damaged cavalry units left, but we're now going up against those elite Spartan infantry. But before we do that, as I say, here, could you see my unit where it was exhausted there? If we look closely, see, exhausted there. So before I put it into battle, it needs a rest. Very tired. That's one step down from being exhausted. Look, very tired there. So we need definitely to, very tired again, look. We definitely need to rest our troops now before we actually go into battle against those Spartans. Okay, so you can see the small amount of troops that we've got left, very battle depleted units, and we're going up against those Spartans. Which way do you think this battle's going to go at this stage of the battle? It's going to be very, very close, just let me tell you. Okay, at this stage of the battle we have now rested our troops and we are now moving forward towards the Spartans. There's Scorpion King's last infantry unit there, look, 4 men in. That's all he's got infantry wise, I think. Or no, I think he's got an Eagle unit somewhere, but that's all of his army there. You can see here Steve's got a couple of cavalry units there with only 4 men in each cavalry unit. So you can see there that, and he's got 1 unit that's been routed as well there. So as I say, we're moving out now. We've rested our troops. We are now moving out towards the enemy Spartans there. Okay, but as I say, just a glance there, you can see how battle depleted our troops are to face these Spartans. And of course, as our troops have been resting, obviously the enemy troops would have been resting as well. So they're going to be fresh and they're going to be up for the fight. So as I say, you can see Steve here moving his units across here towards the Spartans there. We're going to have to be very aggressive but very tactical as we try and fight these Spartan units there. Okay, what the Spartan general will want is for us to take him on head on. So we're going to have to maybe pin and hold those units there and get units in behind them if we can. Okay, as I say, you can see Steve moving his Julii units forward there into those Spartans there. And you can see there's some Cretan archers that's been brought into the fray as well. Steve's moving on to them as well. And you can see there that's the Spartans there now attacking Steve. Right, you can see my Scipii troops coming over there. Okay, Scorpion King Essar has got his Eagle unit close to the fighting as well. Now he may not engage with that unit. He may just keep that Eagle unit there to keep our morale up. Remember, those Eagle units do give extra morale to fighting troops. But here, as I say, you can see those Spartans now fighting one of Steve's units. You can see me bringing my Scipii units over. Okay, now just to give you a heads up on this, I'm going to try and hit those Spartans from lots of different angles. I'm not going to try and fight them head on, or I might put a couple of units to fight them head on just to hold and pin them while I take units around the flank and things like that. Okay, so can you see how I'm spreading my infantry out here? As I say, I want to hit those Spartans from different directions there. But to say, I've put a few units in to hit them head on while I move units round the flank there. Right, let's pause the game for a second there. So you can see I'm taking units there. I want to hit those Spartans from different angles, different ways. I don't want to fight them head on. And you can see here Steve and Scorpion King there moving units in as well. They want to hit him from different angles as well there. Okay, so that's what we want to do. Let's say you got Steve's general there, look. Looks like he's lost his sword during the course of the battle. Look, he's lost his sword there. So as they're all charging him to the Spartans there. So as I say, we're trying to hit them from different angles. Remember, when you fight Spartans, you don't really want to take them head on unless you're going to pin and hold them. There with some units where you get units in behind them. Okay, I've got an Eagle unit there giving extra morale to our troops. I've got my infantry general and another Eagle unit giving us morale. Plus we got Scorpion King's Eagle unit as well. So our troops have got a heck of a lot of morale. And remember, the Greek city's general has been routed, so they've got no morale bonus going in there. Right, you can see my infantry now charging in. You can see we're coming in from different angles there. Both our Julii ally and my Scipii troops there. Look. If you look at the different angles, we're coming in really trying to pressure those Spartans there. Make no mistake, it's going to go right down to the wire here as we charge into those Spartans. There's a cavalry unit of Steve Longshanks there charging as well. Like, and bang! And he smashes in there. And there you are. We've managed to rout all those Greek city units there. So, very pleased with that. We managed to do that there. I must say, facing Spartans there, even at this latter end of the battle, you know how tough they are. And you can see how battle depleted my units are. You can just see the number of men there. Look, how many men's in that unit there? Is that 1 there? You can see there are very, very few men left in my units there, just to show how weak and battle depleted they are. And they're still tired now. Look, even though we rested them, they're still tired now. And I say, look at Scorpion King. I think he's got 1 unit left, and that's that Eagle unit. And as I say, you can see Steve's just got 3 units left. That's all he's got left there. So it just goes to show how much this was a real battle of attrition. And when you consider right at the beginning of the battle how well we did, how close the enemy made this battle has been really good. But just look at the size of the battlefield. It's more like a 4v4 than a 3v3. If you look all the way over here, you can see there's where some dead there started there. Looks like archers there have been taken out. As we move across here, I think that's where we took out a lot of those Cretan archers. As we move across here, just look at the masses of dead here. As I say, it looks more like a 4v4 than a 3v3, I think. Look at the massive cavalry there. I think that's where we sandwiched Crypto's cavalry between Steve's cavalry and Scorpion King's cavalry there. That's looks like that was the sandwich, the SBQR sandwich. And over here, of course, you'll see a lot of dead SBQR infantry there, because that's where the battle plan started there. And as I say, bearing in mind that we took out Crypto's army quite quickly with the battle plan that we put together, I think the enemy team has done really well to turn this battle around and almost win it. So as I say, from the start of the battle there, where our battle plan worked really well, and it looked like we were going to get maybe an easy win, it certainly hasn't turned out into that. So well done to the enemy team there. And I think we'll put it onto triple speed, but I think most of the enemy generals have admitted defeat. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so the first thing I'd like to say is really well played to everybody in the game there. I thought that was a really great game. I thought it would be a close victory there, which it was. A very close victory there, and the highest kills in the game goes to Brotherhood member Aurelius, 1,889 kills. Unusual to get the highest kills in a losing team. So really well done to Aurelius. Did really well with his Greek cities there, and almost tipped the balance of the game there with those Spartans at the end. So well done. Well done to Barclay Man. Got some good kills with Macedon as well. He did really well with Macedon. I think that's becoming his faction of choice. And well done to Crypto. He probably didn't get the kills that he wanted to there, but I think 771 kills for how we smashed and crashed him on that left flank with the battle plan we put together. I think he got some good kills there. So well done, guys. I'm pleased with my kills. 1,784. That's second highest kills in the game. I'm quite pleased with that. Well done to Scorpion King. SR did really well with his army there. All over the battlefield. Distraction there. And well done to Steve Longshanks. Got some good kills there. Great deception tactics there as well in this game. Quick have a look at the battle statistics there. You can see some of my infantry did extremely well at 79 for 150 kills. So some of my, some of my infantry did quite well there. If you look, some of them didn't do very well, but a lot of them did quite well there. And the cavalry did quite well as well. Oh, one of the cavalry units got 233 kills. So that's pretty good. So quite pleased with that, really. Anyway, I just thought this was a great battle to show you there. Seeing how a battle plan, when it comes together, can really work. Look forward to seeing you soon. Bye for now.